What do you need? You need the most popular county in Massachusetts, in my opinion. Yeah, here we go. Hey everyone, my name is Matt Swierk. You know I'm a local real estate expert and a wealth building mindset coach right here in the state of Massachusetts. So welcome back to our channel. This is where we talk everything about our beautiful state of Massachusetts. Today we're going to talk about one of the most popular counties, which is Middlesex County. And if you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification with the little bell. That way, every time we make a new video, you're going to get notified. We talk everything about Massachusetts. One thing you have to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back. All right, today we're talking Middlesex County. I'm chuckling because this is probably the 17th time I started this video. I'm like, dump. Tyler does an amazing job cutting out all the tomfoolery that I say and do, and he does an amazing job. So thank you, Tyler. Thank you, everyone that supports us. We have a lot of fun with this. But it's interesting because I grew up in Norfolk County, which in Quincy. And yes, if you Googled it, you would Norfolk, and some people might say Norfolk. No. We won't make fun of you. We just know that you're not from the area, and you'll hear some of my Bostonian slang as we talk about some different stories. So what I think is interesting is that growing up in the city and coming out to the area that I live in now in Middlesex County, it's a little more spread out. And I remember when I first got started interacting with people, I was like, this is interesting. They actually stop and talk to you. When people offered help, then they were like, "You don't want my help?" And I was like, "No, I'll do it on my own," which I'll never do ever again. If someone offers you help, graciously receive it. So it was a little bit different, and I kind of laughed. I'm like, people kind of stop and smell the roses out here, And again, where I live is different from like the city of Lowell. So I'm just comparing a couple of things. And I found that moving out here and where I refer to it, it's a little bit slower. I find when I first started going back into the city, I was like, this is insane. Like the traffic, the people, like it's too much. It would affect my attitude. And then realizing as far as understanding how the mind works and being able to approach all these situations where I can respond versus react, I can go in, there could be traffic for days, and I'm like, that's okay. And I can stay calm, and I can do that when there's a lot of people. I mean, it's a skill set that you learn over time. So we wanted to dive into, a couple different aspects of Middlesex County. And the first thing we have to identify is the history. Now, the Mass Bay Colony was established in the 1600s. Of course, we weren't the first people that were here. There's a big, now we're not getting into that aspect of this video, although I am open-minded. So if you disagree with some of the things I say or my opinion, that's okay. We can have a civilized conversation. But our area played a major role in the American Revolution, and there's so many areas as far as the history, like the Lexington Battle Green. That was one of the first battle of the American Revolution. We have the Minuteman National Park. There's so many things that happened in Middlesex County. So we want to stop and just, if you're a history buff, enjoy what we have. The Freedom Trail, now that starts in a different county, but it comes out to Concord, Lexington in Middlesex County, and there's just some of the land that they have preserved is just absolutely beautiful. And I look at things a little bit differently. As someone that's in real estate, I'm like, oh man, get that land, develop it, put up a bunch of condos, put up some McMansions. And I'm like, wait a second, let's stop and enjoy what we have here. So yes, we need development. We need more housing. The market's goofy. However, it's important that we do slow down to enjoy the little things that are around us. And we have so much history, not only in this state, but right here in this county. The other thing we want to talk about today is the diversity. We have over 1.5 million people in this county alone. So there's all different ethnicities, there's all different backgrounds. I mean, you name it, we've got it. And there's a lot of celebrations that happen, especially the Lowell Folk Fest. That brings in so many different people, and Lowell, again, it's a city environment, but you want a taste of everything, go to Lowell. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And then there's the Cambridge Carnival as well. So there's just so many festivals, so many events that celebrate the diversity. That's something I absolutely love as far as our state overall. We've been accused of a couple things, but we are pretty diverse, and it's getting, it's opening more and more and more, and I absolutely love that. And sometimes people say like, oh, you guys from the Northeast are cold. And when I lived in Seattle, someone was like, what's the difference? I'm like, I don't know. Like, we're very standoffish at first, but like once you get to know us, like we'll rip the shirt off our backs. And I'm not gonna rip my shirt off. We were making a joke about that in a different video earlier. So it's great area as far as diversity and blending of all different cultures and people, which is amazing. So yes, we all can get along, right? Think about perception. Just because you see it one way doesn't mean it's wrong from the other point of view. All right. We know, and if we don't know, then you're going to know, Massachusetts is a flagship for a couple industries, and education is one of them. So Middlesex County has a lot of prestigious colleges and universities. I'm not going to run through all of them, but you have Harvard, MIT, Tufts. Bringing up Seattle, I remember when I had gone out there, someone was like, say something funny. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, talk about like the parking the car in Harvard Yard. And I was like, okay, I'm like, you really want me to take it to the next level? I'm like, we can park the car in Harvard Yard, then we can go to the art bar and drink some beers. And the person was like, what did you just say? So I slowed it down, and I started to morph I conformed, could you believe it? I conformed so people could understand what I was saying. I even had someone ask me, they said, do they teach you all the letters of the alphabet in Massachusetts? And I said, yes, especially the education side. Like, come on. And they said, well, why don't you say the R? I'm like, I don't know. I go, and you want to make it even weirder? We add R's to words that end in A, like sofa, pizza, Michaela. Yeah, so that's a very dear friend of ours. So when you're looking for education, you can't go wrong coming to Massachusetts, and you definitely can't go wrong, being in Middlesex County. So great place. The other aspect that we're known for is as far as our industries are concerned and jobs. So we have a lot of hubs of business in Middlesex County. I'm all kind of bouncing around today, high energy, and I know Tyler's gonna be like, oh gosh, I gotta edit a lot of things, but like I said at the beginning of the video, that's what he does great. So there's some great companies out here like Raytheon, Biogen, Bose Corporation. This is going to provide a lot of people coming to the area that's going to help to contribute to a strong economy. So we have great businesses here. It's making me think about my family moved to Minnesota like years and years ago, and they got a lot of hubs out there. And Minnesota's nice, but I'm a Boston guy. I'm a Massachusetts guy, so I wasn't going to move to Minnesota, and it is what it is. So the last thing we want to talk about, I think we brought this up either last week or the week before. Here we are in spring. We're laughing. I've said this in other videos. If you don't like the weather, just blink. That's what we all joke about, because things happen really fast, right? Like all of a sudden it's nice, and then it's like we're freezing at nighttime. Then it goes down to the 30s, and boom, it's like up into the 70s, and we're like, what is going on here? So it's funny because today, we're definitely in spring. Summer is nowhere close. However, we're pushing, I think, close to 80 degrees to us, and that's warm for this time of year. So I was sending an email to one of my attorneys for a real estate transaction, and I was like, there we go again. We have the blink of an eye of a spring. It was nice for a couple days, and here we go into summer. So one of the things you'll notice when you come here, we love to complain about the weather. And we have all kinds of war stories. Remember that blizzard of 78 and all the ice storm and this. So we get traumatized by the weather, but, and eventually most people will, they're like, all right, that's it. I'm finally checking out. I'm going to Florida. Like that's our dumping spot for Massachusetts. And a lot of people are going to the Carolinas now. And I don't want to promote the other states because I want you to come to Massachusetts because we love it here and we'd love to have you join us. But there's so many outdoor parks. There's so many places, different places to go hiking. The Middlesex Fells Reserve is a great place. The Minuteman Bikeway, which is tied to, kind of the Revolutionary Trail, if you will. There's so many opportunities for biking, skiing, hiking, outdoor activities. We've got all kinds of lakes. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast, like especially now, I mean, all the seasons are amazing and provide different things to look at. There's my puppy getting all excited. Separation anxiety. Someone just left the room and she's like, come back. Yeah, you can cut that. Make it happen. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Thanks, buddy. Oh, all right. There you have it, my friends. That's our little take on Middlesex County and why we think it's a great idea that you should come here. If you have other suggestions on what you think is great about Middlesex County, put it in the comments, right? Definitely share videos with your friends. We love to grow the audience. We just have a lot of fun doing this. We hope it provides some value, whether it's interesting, amusing, or just maddening. I was thinking we should talk to the governor and just say, hey, listen, like we're trying to bring people here to the state or awareness of our state. So, you should pay us. And maybe one day we'll have a sponsor that pays to have us on the internet. So, but we appreciate the support. Like we said before, definitely subscribe to the channel. One thing you have to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.